With his playoff performances, with 30 points tonight, he would tie LeBron James and Kobe Bryant for the most 30-point games in a postseason over the last 10 years. As for Klay Thompson's status tonight, new on SportsCenter, here's Steve Kerr talking about him. But first, before we do that, Kevon Looney. There's a sighting. He was out on the court, Snoop, warming up, took a shot, playing tonight, it appears.
Hello.
Kevon Looney. I don't know what he's going to do for you offensively, but we know what he can do defensively. Here's Steve Kerr, Coach Steve Kerr, on Kevon Looney's status.
Kevon's going to give it a go tonight. So, further evaluation, a second opinion, and then a lot of research and making sure that there's no long-term risk involved with him playing. And it all checked out, and he's dying to play, and so we'll give him a shot, and we'll see what he's got.
Welcome back to the Oracle, Game 4, NBA Finals. My special guest is in the house. He's standing right next to me, looking quite dapper, I might add.
Well,
I can't hate. The one and only Snoop Dogg is in the house right now. Snoop, let's get right to it. I mean, when you look at this game tonight, you're here at the NBA Finals. Tell us what you're looking forward to tonight.
I'm looking forward to seeing if Golden State's defense can really come to the table tonight, because this is a real important game, and their defense is going to be more important than their offense, because Kawhi and Toronto found their groove the last game. So I'm trying to see if Golden State's defense can really step to the plate and do what they're supposed to do to defend their home court.
When you hear Klay Thompson's got a hamstring injury, and you saw him limping and walking, I mean, in Game 3, they held him out. Game 4, walking into the arena, he didn't look that spry, but they say he's playing. What are your expectations for him?
I know when I had a hamstring, it was hurting for like 4 or 5 days after the fact, so I hope he's in full strength, because they're going to definitely need him to put some points on the board and to play defense. If he's at like 75-80%, I think they're all right, but if he's less than that, they're in trouble.
You're a big-time NBA fan. You love your Lakers.
Yes,
we'll
sir.
get to them before you leave here.
Yes,
Make no
sir.
mistake about it. But when you look at Kawhi Leonard and you see people talking about him, you've heard the name Jordan mentioned. You've heard Kobe mentioned. Obviously, you look at LeBron, arguably still the best in the world in some people's eyes. You hear that. When you see Kawhi Leonard, what do you think?
I think he's one of a kind. I ain't never seen nobody like him, because he plays both sides of the ball to the highest level. He shoots well, he defends well, and he got an IQ of a high IQ of a basketball player. That's what I noticed about him, and he calms everything down. Like even with Toronto right now, they playing at his speed, they playing at his tempo, because he's driving the car, and that's the IQ of a real NBA star. I think he's the next level. I think he's the greatest basketball player in.
Look, without question, I love the weather too. Don't tell anybody.
Please believe it.
But the bottom line is this: the man's got a country that's rooting for him.
Yes.
Canada.
Yes.
If you were Kawhi Leonard after this season is over, and obviously he's got the option as a free agent, where would you go?
Taking myself out of the Snoop Dogg body and the Laker fan in me, I would go with what fits best for me and my family and my basketball skills. To me, he created a whole new era in Toronto. He'd probably be the greatest Toronto Raptor ever if he stays there. And if he goes in the other organization, he's going to have to compete with other legends that's been there before him. So if I was him, I would probably stay, but I'm not him, so I'll probably come to L.A.
I got you. Let's go back to the reigning defending two-time NBA champion Golden State Warriors. We've seen how spectacular Steph was in Game 3. It wasn't enough. If there's something that stands out in your mind as to what the Warriors need to do to escape with Game 4, what would it be?
It would be to be able to help Steph out more. And what I mean by helping him out, like more defensive, creating them, slowing the pace down, because it was too fast. It should go a little bit slower, so that way Steph can move and the game can go at their pace, because if Toronto dictating the pace, it's a different ball game. So I think if they can slow it down and make them play their game at their speed, then it'll be all right.
Let me get away from the finals for a second and go to your part of town, because the Los Angeles Lakers ain't here. For the first time in 9 years, LeBron James ain't here. What are your thoughts about your Los Angeles Lakers? What's on your mind about them right now?
I think that we had a disastrous year. We had a lot of things that went wrong with the front office, but that means that it can only get better. You know, we at the bottom of the barrel now, so we can't do nothing but look up. You know, I've been down so long now, I'm looking up. Ain't that what Drake said? So now we looking up. We trying to come on up.
Right. 1948 to 2013, 65 years, the Lakers missed the playoffs 5 times.
Wow.
And yet, they haven't made the playoffs over the last 6 years. When you hear that stat, how do you feel?
LeBron, go to work, get up in that front office, make some decisions, bring in the people you want, and let's turn this thing around.
You don't think he should be passive? You don't think he should be a superstar that just says, I'm here to play? Genie, Kurt Rambis, Linda Rambis, Rob Pelinka, y'all do the job?
He's at the end of his career, meaning he's got like 4 or 5 good years left in him, if that. So it's time for him to take control. Like he's controlling his business and he's controlling his off the court. He's got to control that on court because his off court tactics and things that he's doing is amazing. Now use some of that on the court to get us some W's and get us back in the playoffs.
Now I saw you hanging with him on his show, The Shop.
Yeah.
Did you tell him that to his face?
Oh, please believe it.
What did you say?
Better know
Tell me what you said. Tell us what he said. Tell me what you said to him.
King, man, let's fix this thing, man, because the aura around here is we like to win. And we don't worry about what happened the first year. We talking about your get back. It ain't how you fall, it's how you get up. We didn't fail, now get up.
You talk about LeBron recruiting. Are you recruiting? You Snoop Dogg. You're a global iconic brand.
Why do you think I'm here?
Are you recruiting on behalf of the Lakers?
Why do you think I'm here tonight? I'm not here to watch the game. I'm here to get the game.
Snoop Dogg right here on the NBA Finals with yours truly. Let's get back to the NBA Finals. Draymond Green.
Yes.
Boogie Cousins struggled last game.
Yes.
Not so much Draymond Green, but definitely Boogie Cousins. What do they need to do?
I think collectively they need to follow Draymond's lead. Draymond is the dog. He knows what to do and when to do it. If Draymond drives this car and tells Boogie where to be and how to play, everything is going to be super efficient because I love when Draymond is leading the charge because he's the heartbeat of this team. They think it's Steph, Clay, and the rest of them, but it's Draymond. When he's driving and leading the way, everything falls in place.
What do you expect to get from Boogie Cousins? I was very disappointed. He played lights out in game 2. 27-plus minutes, 11, 10, and 6. Very effective. No show in game 3, just 4 points, just 1 made shot. What do you say to him coming into tonight's game?
You got to be more aggressive, Boogie. You're too big for that. You got to be stronger, more aggressive. Your team needs you. This is your first time playing in the NBA Finals. You need to go all out. I mean, you are a dog. This is what you do. Gasol can't handle you. Go to work on it. That's what you need to do.
You know that even though Draymond's not a free agent, he will be after next season. You know that Boogie could be available this summer. Are those guys that the Lakers should be looking at, Snoop Dogg?
I like Draymond. I ain't going front. I like Draymond. I like Draymond with LeBron. I like Kawhi with LeBron. I like AD with LeBron. There's a few things that I like with LeBron, but at the same time, it's like LeBron got to drive the car. It's got to be what he likes because he's the one that's playing and masterminding that. So whatever he feels, I'm going to roll with that.
I give you the choice of that one free agent that you would want to see with LeBron James most in L.A. next season. Who would it be?
Kawhi Leonard.
Without question.
No doubt.
Prediction for tonight's game 4.
It's going to be a real close game. Real good game. I think Toronto could win it, but I think the crowd and the adrenaline and Clay being back and Looney being back out there, I think Golden State going to find a way to pull it out.
Do the Golden State Warriors have to win this game in order to win this series?
It's a must. It's a must. I only seen one team do 1 and 3 and come back and win it all in my lifetime.
That's the only time it's ever happened.
Only time I ever seen it. I've been watching basketball since the 70s, exactly. So I think this is a must-win, and they got all the right pieces in the place to do it right now. So they got to come through with everything, all or nothing tonight.
Snoop Dogg.
Appreciate you, Stephen A.
You know it.
100.
The one and only Snoop Dogg right here. NBA Special Edition Sports Center, NBA Finals. By the way, we're far from done. Stay right there because my brother, the one and only Michael Wilbon, will be in the house up next. Previewing Game 4, we've got to discuss what he thinks should happen and will happen tonight for the Warriors and the Raptors. Mike Wilbon and yours truly up next. The Raptors had a special shooting night in Game 3. They became just the 3rd team in NBA history to shoot at least 50% from the field, 40% from 3, and 90% from the foul line in a finals game. You see that? That might have a lot to do with why they're up 2-1 in this NBA Finals Series Game 4, live tonight, live from the Oracle, where we are right now. On the court behind me, Kawhi Leonard is shooting, practicing, getting ready for Game 4 tonight, along with a few of his other teammates. We know what a star he has been. Always great to have my next guest. Always great to have my next guest on right here with me. I was getting ready to say on the line, thinking I'm doing radio. No, I'm on SportsCenter, Coach. I'm on SportsCenter. Here's the deal. Coach Jeff Van Gundy, thanks for being with us. Talk to me about the impact that Kawhi Leonard has had in this series. Isn't shooting that great from the field compared to what he did in the Eastern Conference Finals or the semifinals against Philadelphia? But clearly, he's averaging 29 for a reason. He's playing outstanding. Talk to me about that.
Well, I think what he's done is gotten to the free throw line, Stephen. It's so important, especially when you go on the road and against a great team who's in transition is to be able to get to the free throw line so you can get your defense set. And Leonard's able to do that. And I thought he looked much quicker in Game 3. He went by Jordan Bell one time, was trying to blitz him off a pick and roll. I thought he had more explosion. So when you can shoot the three, you can get to the free throw line and you're explosive, and you throw in a couple rebounds, offensive rebounds, you become very difficult to deal with.
How surprised were you that the Toronto Raptors shot nearly 53% from the field and nearly 45% from three-point range in Game 3? It almost seemed like nobody missed. Everybody that's launched a shot at least 50%. How surprised were you by that?
Well, I thought you're right. Their balance was so critical. And I was surprised more by Golden State's defense. They didn't take away anything. Now, against a great team like Toronto and you're undermanned, you can't take away everything, but they took away nothing. They got baskets at the rim, they got mid-range, they got three-point shots, and they got free throws. Tonight, Golden State's got to take away something. They got to decide, we have to take away something. What's it going to be?
May I step in and ask, can I make a suggestion to the coach?
Sure.
How about manning up? Even if you're switching, make sure that at all times there's a contested shot for anybody. And if somebody's going to beat you one-on-one, let them, as opposed to giving up open shots. Because to me, I think most of them are scorers, not shooters, and they'll have a problem scoring at least from three-point range if you have a man in their face. What about that philosophy?
Well, I think the three-point shots, a lot of them came in transition where Golden State didn't get matched up. They didn't talk well. They didn't point. And so I think they gave up some in transition. And then that's where greatness comes in.
Right.
When you can beat your first defender and that second defender has to come to help, that's when your defense gets broken down. That's what guys like Leonard can do. That's why you trade for those guys, is because in the playoffs, when it becomes really difficult to create good shots, you have to have the guy that can either create a shot or create a double team.
What do you need from Klay Thompson, who's expected to play tonight but didn't play in Game 3 due to that hamstring injury? What are your expectations for him tonight?
Well, I don't know what we can expect because I don't know his health, but I know what they need.
Okay.
They need what he did in Game 2. Set a tone offensively to give them a complimentary score to Curry, and then defensively, he has to guard and guard really well. Listen, they didn't have enough firepower on the floor the other night offensively, but it was their defense that absolutely let them down.
What do you think about the potential? Because there's people out there just to scuttlebutt around the arena. There could be a Willis Reed moment. Even though Kevin Durant has been ruled out for Game 4 tonight, there are people that believe, the Golden State Warriors had a closed walkthrough. Maybe, just maybe, we might see Kevin Durant after all. Your thoughts about something like that?
I don't think that happens in today's game. I think this is health related. All the way back to when he was injured and it was diagnosed as a calf pull. I never thought he would be back this year. I still don't believe he'll be back. But if he is back, I think it's the only way Golden State can legitimately say we got a good shot to win this.
Your expectations for Steph Curry coming off of 47 points. Well, does he have to put forth a similar effort tonight, or can he score less, be less potent offensively, and they still manage to win a game of this magnitude?
Yeah, he's going to have to be great, but it doesn't mean great. 47 points, great. I think what he's got to do is he's got to read the situation. If they put the second defender on him, he's got to make the right plays, which he did the other night. They just didn't have the guys who were able to complete the plays. And they're going to have to get unexpected scoring. Draymond Green's going to have to give them that 16 points that he's capable of, and Iguodala double figures. They need more guys involved offensively.
Don't those two, Draymond and Iggy, don't they have to give you some perimeter points? Not just points, but perimeter points, hitting open shots?
Well, that's what remember the start of that second half, Iguodala made a couple perimeter shots, and it's so important. And Green made 2 threes, but it was late.
Right.
He airballed his first couple. So right off the bat, listen, it's no secret how Golden State is played. They're all played the same way. You try to help on the guards, make them kick to the forwards, and live with it. So Golden State, Draymond and Iguodala are going to have to come through.
Last question. Do you believe the Golden State Warriors absolutely, positively have to win the night's game in order to have a chance to win this series?
You never say never, because I wouldn't have thought that Cleveland could have come back from 3-1 either. But minus some unusual circumstance like that where Green got suspended, yes, tonight is vital. I don't think if they win tonight, they win the series.
I lied. That wasn't the last question. This is. Usually folks say a game like this, the winner of Game 4 wins this series. Is that your mindset?
I've thought since coming into this series that Toronto would win. Nothing I've seen so far has changed my mind. I think they're the deeper, healthier, better put together team this year.
Jeff Van Gundy, appreciate the great work as always. Listening to you on ABC, looking forward to that. Thanks a lot, Coach.
Thank
By
you.
the way, look at Kyle Lowry. Kyle Lowry is walking into the arena, 23 points in Game 3. Balled out, got into a little incident there, but obviously he didn't act up, so he'll be ready for Game 4. No question about that. Coming up next.